met in high school. He was dating my best friend at the time, and so we used to hang out every now and then, but we never really talked a whole lot.
I had been going to Providence for 2 years at this point. I was a senior in high school, she was a junior. She had been going there almost her entire life, so she knew everybody. I kind of didn't know anybody at this point still.
I thought he was really funny, and he was kind of outgoing, a little bit crazy, but kind of a fun guy.
She was quiet, she was shy, but she was pretty cute, so. It's kind of 2 first dates. The first one was a dance, a high school dance that we went to. I asked her to dance. She initially said yes, and then the next day said no.
He asked me to go to the homecoming dance, and I originally said yes, but then the next day I said no because it was like right after he had just broken up with his girlfriend. So I was kind of like, I don't know if this is right, and then a couple days later I was like, no, I'm going with you, so I said yes to him.
We went to the dance. It was a quiet evening, not too much talking. After that, we decided to get a couple friends together and go to Valley Scare. They all backed out on us because it was raining out that day. She still wanted to go, so we went.
I thought it was really fun. I didn't overly have a crush on him or anything before that, but then after hanging out with him, just the 2 of us, I liked him.
And then the next day, I asked her to be my girlfriend, which is another story because I put a rose in her locker with a little saying on it. She walked all the way across the atrium at her school and handed me back the rose. And everyone thought she had said no, but she just needed me to store it in her locker for her so it wouldn't get crushed because of all of her books.
Phil is really funny, and he's really kind, and he is really knowledgeable about a lot of things.
Some good qualities that Katelyn has is she's extremely smart, almost smarter than me. She is caring and loving, and she has a great sense of humor that complements mine and works very well with me, that we understand each other.
I admire how handy Phil is. He can figure out how to fix a truck, how to build furniture, and fix our house. It's just amazing how much he can figure out how to do.
What I admire in Katelyn is her drive in her academic studies. Her parents said we couldn't get married until she finished her undergraduate school from college, so she completed that a semester early so that we could get married earlier.
Phil makes me feel really safe and loved.
When I'm around Katelyn, she makes me feel completed. She gives me the inspiration so I feel like I can do whatever I need to, and I just feel comfortable, which I'm normally not comfortable around people, so that's a big accomplishment.
Phil and I like to stop at every park bench and kiss, and we kind of lost track.
Well, Katelyn and I did break up when I went to high school, or when I went off to college. We got back together. It was about a month later. I figured out she was the one for me. When I first asked her out again for the second time, I told her the only way I will actually date you is if you can see us getting married in the future. And she still said she'd be my girlfriend, so.
I want to get married to Phil because he is the only man for me, and I just really love him, and I can see us growing old together and having a great family.
I wake to find your hand in mine. We must have fell asleep last night. Just right, the sunlight's dancing through the blinds. The day is waiting on the line, just outside. Will you always be?
My proposal to Katelyn. I bought a ring a couple months before I proposed to her, so like having extra cash, it was burning a hole in my pocket. I There were a couple times I almost jumped the gun and asked her, but I decided to wait till our anniversary in January.
Now cars are passing and birds are laughing as trees are holding.
Everyone had kind of known that I was already going to propose to her. My parents knew because I had asked them what their opinions were on it. Her parents knew because I had asked her dad for permission the day before, which is an entirely terrifying story. It was scarier than proposing to Katelyn. And my best man, Ethan, he had an entire notebook list that he had written down for me of ideas of how I could propose to her, and I blew every single one of them off. I had a couple planned for that evening, but the nerves got the best of me.
Phil proposed to me on our anniversary in January, and so he wanted to take me out to dinner, and while we're walking into the restaurant, he kind of stops in the middle of the parking lot and he goes, "Well, Katelyn, I have something to talk to you about before we go into the restaurant." So I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And then he's like, "Well, you know I love you, right?" So I'm kind of like, "Yeah, like, I love you too." Not really sure if this is gonna be a good thing or a bad thing that he's gonna tell me. And then he just pops right down into a puddle and he's like, "Well, will you marry me?" So I was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." It was very surprising.
I want to get married to Katelyn because she's the one woman who I know through my faults, her faults, anything that happens, she will stick with me and I will stick through her through it all. And we'll still both love each other. And because I think she'll be a cute old grandma.
Always be my love.
I want to get married to Phil because he's an amazing man and he'll be a great husband and a great father in the future. Phil, I love you so much and I'm really looking forward to our future together. Love you.
Katelyn, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done so far. I can't wait to see what we have in store for us in the future. We're closing one book and we're writing a completely different one now. Love you.